So all right, let's boil that down. What's that mean to a rainmaker? What's that mean to somebody watching this show here today?
Let me tell you what it means to a rainmaker, and here's the way that I really got it distilled down. There's they talk about Sequoia funds and some of the problems of a VC firm. Okay, and the businesses that are being started now, the Twitters of the world. There's a website called Tumblr. That is like a Twitter, but is a little bit different in how it creates microblogging. Those web platforms were built for $50,000 and $60,000 initial investment, on top of the Google platform. And if Google Mapping and Google technology wouldn't have been available to those businesses before they started on that platform, they were looking at the difference in initial investment from 50 mil to $50,000. From $50,000 to 50 mil.
Yeah.
That is how...
It's basically a back pocket investment versus something that you're just not going to get funded in this economy.
Exactly. It's the difference now. What these platform technologies are giving us the ability to value innovate as small businesses and create global value propositions in almost an instant.
But it also really allows your small business person to go out and leverage what prior to was something only the domain of big business. And I think that's one of the most important things, that as small business owners, you've got to understand this is the reason to go look at that technology, to look at these types of things, to go and read some of these books, get involved, because you have the ability now, and with the ability comes an expectation from your clients that you have the ability to move at the same speed that everybody else does. It's a democratization of the workforce, and that's...
I'd say here's the distinction I've made for rainmakers, and this is really gonna really, a lot of business owners, a lot of process engineers, a lot of consultants are going to disagree with this logic, but I really feel pretty firmly that we want to become Google rather than McDonald's. We want to be a platform for entrepreneurs that want to use our models to elevate their business and go to the next level, that we allow them to build on our platform and augment our value to create even better value with some of the basics that we've figured out, rather than going down the McDonald's route of saying this is how we're an association, we're boilerplated, this is the way you do it at A, B, and C, D. It's called positive deviation. And creating that type of culture and organization, rather than going down that blueprinted diagram down to a T world.
Come to the organization, find what works for you, take it out, make your world bigger, as opposed to here's your cheeseburger, don't ask me for
pickles or minus or ketchup.
Right,
on
exactly.
That. Or you know, which even more than that is like, can I put this on the menu?
Yeah.
Rather, you wouldn't go into McDonald's and ask them if you could put this on the menu.
Right.
But we want to be the place at Rainmakers where we're open enough to say, you know what, hey, let's look at it and see if it actually belongs on the menu. If we're going to create greater value for our members, and, you know, to the point where our end goal being an international association, or is our end goal being an international business incubator? You know, a business development system rather than an association. That's the whys in the road that I'm looking at every day on how we take this thing out.
Well, and hopefully that's something that members will look at and understand, because it's an important distinction to make. It's something that means that they have to be active in the process as well. Because Google sitting there just to do searches is you're just scratching the surface. You know, it's the same way with Rainmakers. If you just show up once a month to a meeting, you're really not getting all that is there. We were talking before with one of the folks that was sitting here was about the connection ability. He was looking for a stylist, looking for someone to run his show, his shop. And I said, have you called Nikki? Because, you know, Nikki Llewellyn knows everybody. And, you know, Nikki is one of the most authentic and hardworking people that I know, and would be a great potential connection for finding that. Well, those are things that small businesses can leverage in ways that gives you an unfair advantage over an awful lot of people who are not members.
We allow what we should be able, the end goal for our small business members is that you know, we think about how much of our business we actually employ, and then how much of it is either a volunteer or a contracted relationship. I mean, you